So what's going on, guys? It's your boy Rube Cube, and we're coming at you with another update to my Minoxidil beard growing journey. Right now we are at a month of using Minoxidil, and I'm super excited to say that we're barely scratching the surface of this journey. Before we get started today, I just want to keep thanking you guys for continuing to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm super excited because this week we actually hit 15 subscribers, and that just means the world to me. So I just want to personally thank all of you guys for doing that. And also this week we had a ton of comments in the comment section, a bunch of questions. I just really appreciate all you guys reaching out to, and I'm happy to help you guys out with any questions you have. We're all part of this thing together, so just keep them coming and we'll keep this thing going. One other update this week too, I did make a little investment and I did buy the Norelco Philips 9000, and this is awesome. This is the multi-groom. I actually used it to trim the beard, that way everything was a little bit more leveled. And there's also a detailed part of the razor that you can use too that I used for the mustache area, that way it wasn't really hanging over my lip, which was looking a little funky. But if you guys have the 90 bucks, which I think this costs, I would definitely consider one like this. Otherwise they have a 7,000, I think, which is pretty similar. It's just less heads for it. I got this one just because you can use it everywhere. I used it to line up the back of my neck, line up my forehead, everything. So it's just going to be a total groomer for me, but it is also really good to keep your beard even. So if you guys have the money, I'd go for something like that. Really good. All right, besides that, let's just jump right into it and we'll take a couple looks at what we got going on. So right here, you can see that everything's starting to really fill in. I'm actually really happy with how this area is starting to look. And in terms of the no man's land, like I told you guys last week, it's pushing more and more out every single week. We're about a finger's length from actually attaching. Same thing on the other side. Really full. About a finger's length from attaching. This area is getting more and more full, which is awesome. Underneath, same thing too, actually. It's starting to get really full. This is kind of our only area that's a little bit patchier, and it actually matches up right on the other side too. A little patchier, not too dark, but it's starting to fill in more and more every week. This is pretty full. I trimmed this down because it was kind of really long, but I don't think I'm going to be trimming it down a lot more. I think I'm just going to start letting it flow out, let the length go. Doesn't really matter to me, so we're going to see how that works out. I just kind of wanted to get everything on equal playing fields, at least at one point, because throughout the journey it's kind of been a little bit different in some areas. Like this has been super dark and then kind of light here. So I just leveled the playing field. I just used the same size razor on everything and just kind of evened everything out, and I think it ended up looking really good. In terms of the mustache, it's getting darker every week, getting more hairs. I just did a little clean cut line underneath. I don't know how it looks. You guys can be the judge of that, but at least it's not going over my lip. In terms of this area, we're getting more and more little hairs coming in. And all these areas, I think they're called vestibule hairs. I don't remember, but I read a lot of comments people were saying they're kind of like the pre-hairs to your terminal hairs, which are the ones that stick around. But there's a lot of them. I was looking in the mirror last night and there's a bunch of little hairs just across this area. And that's a good sign, because if there's pores there where the hairs can come in, that means that eventually they'll turn into those terminal hairs that stick around and, you know, get thick like this. I think that's everything for this week. I'm super excited, guys, and I really appreciate you guys coming along with this journey with me. I mean, we're 1 month in. I think I told you guys the first week I'm thinking of going the full year, just to, you know, go hardcore, because I have seen some people do 3 months, then they kind of stop because they're satisfied with what they have, and then they lose some of that beard, because the whole thing with Minoxidil is you have to stay consistent. Some people go 6 months, same situation, you get some more shedding, and then you're kind of losing some of that beard. But from what I've seen in a lot of other people's situations, when they've gone that full year, most of their hair is terminal by that point. So, all right, guys, sorry about that. I did get a spam call right when I was wrapping up the video. You know how people like to call and ask if you want to pay off your mortgage that you don't have because you don't own a house. So that's just always convenient. Going right back to the thought that I was talking about, what I've seen with a lot of people that have gone the full year with Minoxidil, most of those hairs that they've grown throughout that period have become terminal. You know, what they have is pretty much what they're going to keep. There won't really be too much shedding at that point. So that's really what I'm planning on doing, just because, you know, if I'm doing all this for a beard, I want to keep that beard. And I think that makes sense. I assume that's what a lot of you probably want to do. You don't want to grow something beautiful and full, and then the next week, you know, you stop using minoxidil and you're just back down to patchiness. I don't know if it really is a rapid deterioration. I've just seen that some hairs fall out, but I want the full thing, so we're going to keep doing it that way. So we are 1 month into our 12-month minoxidil journey, and everything is just going great so far. In terms of this channel, we're getting constant love and support, and it really means the world to me. We had over 200 views on the last video. We had, I think, over 13 comments, questions, which was awesome. And we actually hit 15 subscribers too this week, which was just super, super cool. I'm going to go ahead and set a milestone for us just because the way that this is going, it seems like we're just going up and everybody's loving what we're doing. We're going to keep updating weekly, and my personal goal is if we can hit 20 subscribers by next week, that would just be so freaking cool. So let's try to shoot for that, guys. If you're liking this content, if you're liking what I'm doing, just go ahead and just hit that subscribe button and just know that it would mean a whole lot to me. Besides that, guys, I will catch you next week. Next Wednesday, we're going to be on week 5 of using minoxidil, so get ready for that update. Peace.